What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today we are going to be covering the GGP award show, the OPTC Awards. They've been hosted every year for the past handful of years now, where myself, Captain Pappy, Nightmare JP, Flamevius are all going to be talking about the OPTC Awards. So you can go ahead over to this link. I'll leave a link to the Google form and this tweet down below in the video description and in the pinned comment, where you can go ahead and participate yourself. We want as many votes as possible, so make sure to go over to the link. It's just a simple Google form, nothing, invasive or anything like that. We're going to go through it in today's video to give you guys my opinions on the categories and who I think should be victorious in each of those categories. So let's go ahead and jump in as we get absolutely flashbanged there, the OPTC Awards 2025. Back to present OPTC Awards. We're going to be hosting the biggest community organized event and take a look back at everything OPTC gave us in 2025. The nomination of the awards is going to be from November 30th. It says November 30th to November 30th, which is weird, but it says it closes in one of these time periods here. So you have from November 30th until this time period, depending on where you are in the world. Obviously, this is the same time, but this is just different time zones to show you. And then it says, this year for each category, we asked you to select a top 5 in any order. To move to the next question, you must select 5 choices. Now, I personally haven't gone ahead and viewed like all of the categories and anything before recording this video. So I don't know whether or not this is going to be a good move, but I guess we're going to go ahead and find out. Winners will be announced during GGP's final episode of the year, which will be hosted live on YouTube. And of course, when it does go live on YouTube, I'll post it on the community tab, my X account. Just basically follow me in some kind of way through one of the social media platforms, and I will let you guys know when this is going live. Please make sure to share it around with the community so we can make it as big as possible. If you decide to make a video of yourself going through it, make sure to tag myself and GGP. So without further ado, I think we're ready to go ahead and get started on this one. Alright, so here we have the best free-to-play unit as the first category. So it's kind of funny though, because we really do not get a lot of free-to-play units in Treasure Cruise anymore. So a lot of these are going to be PKA characters. So let's see, we have Sakazuki. Sakazuki I actually have used quite a lot. I think he's actually a pretty solid unit. I did use S-Shark a little bit. I mean, I've used all of these characters a little bit. The Monet is like not great. This Monkey D. Luffy was okay. The Mihawk was pretty solid actually. I did like this Mihawk a lot. Sanji and Frankie I really didn't use that much. Big Mom I used maybe once. Boa Hancock maybe once. Sentomara I think I used for a treasure map mini boss. This Strength Luffy I guess is okay. Pudding, Bonnie, and Kid. Ugh. Yeah, this is a pretty rough category, man. Especially if you have to select 5. How many have I got so far? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I guess who have I used the most? Probably S-Bear. This Vegapunk I guess is okay too. I guess I'll pick Vegapunk. This category is pretty rough, just having to select 5 characters for it, but we move. This award goes to the best class in OPTC. Select your top 2 in any order. So this is just selecting 2. Select 2 classes. Now I think this year, the shooter class has really become, honestly, one of the better classes in the game. Like, if we just go ahead and just filter by shooters, and let's go back to, like, near the start of the year. Where are we at? Like, we had, probably around this time period here, we had 6+ Kuma. Christmas Uta was before this time period, I think. I'm not too sure where the cutoff period was, but Christmas Uta, Kuma, Usopp and Lilith. This Buggy is solid. Who else we had? Lucci and Luffy, Zoro Kaku, S-Snake, Khalifa. I didn't realize she was just shooter as well. Kizaru as well. Who else have we got? Bluegrass, honestly, one of like the GOAT rare recruits that have come out this year. This rare recruit is amazing. This Garp is a shooter as well. Obviously very good with Ace. This 6+ Kizaru is like okay. Mars as well. Van Ogre. I think shooters are pretty good that have come out this year. I think shooters would be one of my choices. Now, as for the other choice, ugh. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a tough one. I mean, slashers, have they really received like a ton of good units this year? I mean, I guess they've gotten some good units, but I don't know if I would go as far as to say it's like one of the better classes for the year. I don't think I would say slasher. I don't think I would say slasher at all. Free Spirit always gets good support. So, like, Sober Mask 6+. Maybe not even Free Spirit. A Striker, I think, actually are probably the class to pick. Let's see, because you had... I mean, was the... No, this was later. Who else have we got? I mean, like, we got the Namis, of course. This Nami was fantastic. Jay Garcia Satin. Bonnie is okay. Roger Rayleigh Gaban. The Rocks Pirates. Obviously amazing characters. I'm a big fan of this Nami character. I think she's still pretty solid. This Ace didn't really get a chance to use him that much. Mr. Zero and Missile Sunday. Very underrated character in my opinion. Boa Hancock, also a Striker focus unit. These two new units are just dropped. Striker are pretty solid. Did Cerebral get enough this year to really warrant being picked here? Yeah, I don't know if I'd pick Cerebral either. I think Shooter, I definitely think Shooter is probably one of the better classes it's been throughout this year. I think you have to pick Driven. Now that I'm really thinking about it, I think Driven is 100% the class that has to be picked here. I mean, if we're going into, like, if we move into, like, this period here, we had Alba, Mr. One. Both these guys are pretty good. We had Pika, which is one of the best Rumble Rare recruits that's released this year. 6+ Dofi, of course. 6+ Zoro. Both 6+ Zoras, actually. And then you've got all of the 5 Elders. You've got Figureland Garling as well. Like, what are we talking about here? I think Driven is definitely the best choice here, for sure. Driven and Shooter are the two best. The best type in OPTC this year? I mean, you only have to pick one for this one. Immediately, my mind goes to Strength or Quick. Mainly because Strength has received some pretty good stuff in Rumble, but at the same time, like, Quick also got some good stuff too. I think immediately, I mean, I keep thinking Rumble for this kind of thing, but you also got to think about normal content too. So, like, I don't know if it would be Quick. Quick's got some good stuff, including that Luffy. You got Walkery, you got S-Snake. For Strength, Strength has the Nami, Sabo Koala 6+, the Rocks Pirates, of course, which are great. Pika. Okay, what about Sai? I feel like Sai feels a little lackluster this year. You got the Nami, of course. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. I guess you can't disregard what they're doing. Yep. Int. Zoro versus Lucci. Saturn. Sabo's pretty solid too. Dex. Maybe it's Dex. I really kind of overlooked Dex a little bit. Dex is probably up there because you got Garp, you've got Kizaru, you got 6+ Zoro, the rare recruit Bluegrass, which we talked about earlier, that free-to-play Mihawk, Alba. Dex is pretty solid. Luffy, Lucci. I think I'm gonna pick Dex and Quick. Those are gonna be my I guess Dex is probably going to be it, because I think Dex has received probably the better units this year. Like, immediately my mind goes to you've got Jupiter, you've got Garp, you've got Kizaru, Alba. That Dex Vegapunk is pretty underrated too. Best Legend artwork. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit more subjective. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, so I've got 4 right now. I've got Don Quixote Pirates. I have the magazine Boa Hancock. I also have Zoro and Kaku, because I think this artwork is so sick. It's such a good artwork. But, like, honestly, I don't know what I would also pick. Alba's is good. Mihawk's is really good. I don't like Kizaru. I'm a big fan of this Kizaru Legend, but I don't think his artwork is, like, overly amazing. So I think that Rocks and Roger Rayleigh Gaban could have been better. Dragon could have been better. Garlings could have been better. I like this Quick Luffy, actually. I think I'll probably pick him. Am I at 5 now? We're at 5. But I think Dofi's has kind of surprised me. I think this artwork is just so cold, man. It looks so good. The best Super Evolution. We get to pick 5 of them. That's been rough because Treasure Cruise is renowned for having terrible Super Evolutions. So have there been any successful 6+s? There definitely have been. I mean, Kuma obviously is going to be receiving a pick. I mean, the character was already fantastic before the Super Evolution, obviously just in terms of Rumble, and then the 6+ made him so much better. The waifus, I think, are a pretty solid Super Evolution as well. Obviously a bit of a side grade, but still nonetheless a very good 6+. Sober Mask might be on my, like, maybe list. Dofi might be on my maybe list. The rest of these are not calling out to me at all. Really? That's it? Alright, we're going to go Luffy Law. We're going to go with... How many? I got 3 right now, right? And then we'll go with Sober Mask and Dofi. I think those are just it. The rest of them are just like so mediocre that I just do not care. And now we go to the worst 6+ of the year, and we have to pick 5 of these. Okay, well, okay. Vivi Rebecca didn't really get much. I don't really think Zora really got much either. Sabo Koala got like nothing. Mihawk and Perona got basically nothing. Nami and Usopp didn't really get much either. At least the rest of I mean, Blackbeard is still pretty bad. I mean, honestly, you could go in so many different ways. There's a lot of bad 6+s here. Okay, so now we have the best end of month legend character. So this is just like basically a PKA legend, a character that comes out for like the PKA end of month period, and they're available on basically most red tickets moving forward. I think Christmas Uta is definitely a pick for me. So that's 1. Alba is going to be up there for sure. I like Mihawk too. Bonnie is a decent choice. I like this Nami. I think she's still very good. That's 2 for me for sure. I like the Garp, man. I do like the Garp, but I feel like Garp's kind of like really good with Ace, but outside of that, is he really going to see much play? Probably not. Let's be real here. Wow, there's really not a lot of options. Okay. So, Usopp and Lilith. How can I even go past them, dude? Usopp and Lilith have been probably the best end-of-month legend, at least just in regards to normal content, but they are very good in the shooter-focused team as well. Uta, exceptional in Pirate Rumble, not so much in normal content. I'm going to pick Alba, and then I have to pick one more. I would say probably Frankie. Since pulling him, I actually have used him a fair amount because of the utility focus in his special. So those would be my picks. So next we have the best game mode legend. So this refers to any legend that is released in a Pirate Rumble Sugo, Treasure Map Sugo, or a Kazuna Clash Sugo Fest. So I think this is a little bit better than what they did last year for the awards, because they would have a separate category for best Pirate Rumble Legend, best TM Legend, and best Kazuna Legend. But now we're just combining it into like one consolidated category, which I don't think is an awful idea. So let's see what we have here. Nothing is standing out to me at the moment. I think Weevil would have to be up there because he has almost single-handedly brought like quick teams back into contention of actually being somewhat viable. I mean, I wouldn't say, I guess it's not solely based on him, but he helps out a lot. He's essentially like a quick version of S-Hawk in Pirate Rumble. Very, very good. Peak is another character that I think has seen lots of representation this year. A lot of people that pull him, put him on all their teams in Pirate Rumble for like driven fighter-focused teams. He's just very, very good. So it's going to be 2. Ah, man, there's a lot of stinkers in here for sure. I'm going to go out on a limb and give Mr. Zero and Miss All Sunday some flowers on this one, because I do think they're an incredibly underrated Sugo Fest exclusive. I think S-Snake is going to be my 4th choice, because even though S-Snake's debut banner was absolutely garbage, the character herself is phenomenal, so you can't disregard that. And then I think we're going to have to put Caesar as our final pick, because I do think he's going to be one of the most toxic characters to go up against in Pirate Rumble. It's crazy because a lot of these votes are from Pirate Rumble, but these are the most impactful releases, I think, this year. And look, you don't have to agree with me. I'm just giving you guys my opinion, but a lot of these are just stinkers that were very good for their release content, but like, how often are you using Treasure Map Tashigi against content? You're probably not, right? Like, you're just not. However, a lot of these other ones are characters that you see quite often in some regard, and obviously a bit of going out a bit on a limb for a character such as this. Not a lot of people have this character. I don't, but I do think this character is very solid and a little bit underrated. Okay, now we get to the big boy category, best Sugo Fest exclusive legend. So let's pick up to 5 characters here. Well, we have to pick 5. The top 5 Super Sugos this year. Now, I think initially off the bat, Sabo, I'm going to give him a vote as for now. We may change that, but I think Sabo has been a character that has seen a lot of play over the year, really, because anytime they bring out a batch that is cerebral or fighter focused, you can opt to use him as your captain, use your cerebral and fighter focused characters, and he has good utility in his special and a special that can work well with other cerebral and fighter units. So I think Sabo has been a character that I've definitely used a lot over the past year. I'm going to vote Kizaru. I think he is the best Super Sugo that has come out this year, at least on paper. It is unfortunate that there hasn't been like a lot of other content to really use him in, but I think in terms of pure power level, this character is absolutely phenomenal. The thing is, though, is you have to run predominantly Navy characters to get him to work, but he kind of does allow that to happen because, you know, if you have the Navy characters on your crew, he makes all the specials work for all types and classes. It's just we need stronger Navy characters, and it's going to make this guy even better than what he already is. Now we move into, you know, towards the end of the year, we've got all of these 5 Elder characters here. Where do I want to put these votes? Oh, this is tough. This is tough. I want to give Mars a vote because I think he has been probably my favorite of the 5 Elders that have dropped so far. I really do like the Rocks Pirates. I think they are also on paper, like with Kizaru being like, in terms of pure power damage output, one of the best characters that they've ever released in the game's history. This character is very, very good. And I guess we have to pick one more character. This is kind of tough. The New Year's characters, like, I mean, Sabo obviously has his things, but Luffy and then Whitebeard and Ace, very underwhelming. Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, I'm not the biggest fan of this character. I mean, Saturn would be a good choice. Roger, Rayleigh, Gaban are very good, but Quick Luffy's also pretty good. Jupiter's also good. Ethan Barron is very good. Where do I put my vote? I'm gonna vote Ethan Barron, I think. That's where I'm going. Now we have the best anniversary legend, so obviously just a character that is released during an anniversary Sugo Fest. I think Luffy Lucci are going to be in that vote because this character has, I would say, like, this is the single-handed character that has brought shooter teams back into being good teams in Pirate Rumble. This character is amazing. I wish I had this unit. Unfortunately, I don't. This character is very, very threatening in Pirate Rumble. Obviously, Three Sword Style Nami has been one of the best legends that's released in 2025. Absolutely phenomenal. I think that the magazine Boa Hancock, this character is really, really cool on paper. It is annoying, like, some of her conditions are a little pesky to get around. The fact you have to run, like, quick units and, Luffy characters, and then in Rumble, she's got some conditions as well. But still a really good character overall when you get her to work properly. Zoro versus Lucci, I think, is a pretty safe bet as well. And then we've got the two new ones with Yamato, Momo, Kaido, Big Mom. I don't really feel comfortable voting any of those two. So I think my last vote is going to be for S-Snake because I've actually been using this character a lot in Pirate Rumble, and the character is actually pretty good. So that's where I would put my vote for Anniversary Unit. The category of definitely one of the legends of the year goes to a legend that is not bad, but is forgettable that you find yourself wondering, when did they even release? I mean, York, I would say, might be in that vote. Shaka is definitely in that vote. He's definitely one of the legends that came out this year, for sure. Fuji, no, not really. Sai and Leo, I mean, the thing is, a lot of the Kizuna legends are very forgettable because they're very good for that one content. Usually you don't get them, you don't pull them, and you end up using them as a friend captain, and then once the Kizuna ends, you just never touch the unit ever again. And that's the way it feels a lot of the time with Kizuna units. Who else do we have here? Nami, Sanji are close to being in that category. Chopper and Robin, again, another Kizuna legend. Who else do we have here, do we think? I think Khalifa's better than that, though. I think Khalifa is definitely, like, a bit above that. Tashigi is very close to being in that category. This Kumu is very underwhelming. Again, this is not talking about specifically, like, a category of the worst legends ever. It's more of just being like, yeah, I mean, like, these characters are extremely forgettable, I suppose, is another way to kind of describe it. Who else do we have in this category, do we think? Yamato and Otama, I think, are pretty close to being in that category. This Ace, I really do not care about this Ace at all. I would probably vote him. Oh, no. No, this Sabo, this Sabo, dude. This Bonnie's also not like very not very like memorable, I should say. This Bonnie also not very memorable at all. I just want to see if we're close to being done. I think we're probably done by this point, right? I mean, there's a lot you could probably say for that category. I mean, the fact is you have like recency bias with these units, because like even though I think in the long term these are characters that are going to be considered in that same category being very forgettable, but the fact that they've just come out, it's like, you know, we kind of understand why they're out because it's obviously a big celebratory period. I'm going to leave it with that for now, but yeah, this is definitely one of the legends that is released this year. Alright, so now we have pick top 5 in any order for the best game mode or content. Wait, how do we pick a top 5? There's more than 5 pieces of content in Treasure Cruise? Since when? Hello? So we have Rumble, Grand Party, Alliance Blitz, should I say, Kizuna and Super Boss. Well, that's going to be picked. Well, because Super Boss carries. We have Treasure Map plus Super Treasure Map, Arena, and, well, okay, I didn't realize that they were still including all this old content. Like, obviously, Garp Challenge I think is really fun, but we don't get new Garp Challenges, so I don't think I can really pick that. Story Mode is hilarious. Grand Voyage, Assault, I think Assault Rumble's actually pretty good. I'm going to give my flowers to OPTC Run. I still play it every single week. I think it's a really, really fun game mode, you know. They could definitely do better, but I think it's not the worst. And then I think I'll just pick Rumble. I feel pretty comfortable with those picks. But I mean, obviously, Arena and Raids, Garp Challenges, like, we would love to see stuff like that come back. If any of y'all pick Co-op Quest, I think you got rocks in your head, seriously. I think Co-op Quest is it probably is the biggest failed piece of content the Treasure Cruise has ever brought out. I absolutely despise Co-op Quest. I don't know what you guys think about it, but I absolutely, like, loathe this content. I hate playing it. I really do. I do the bare minimum in this content just to get by. I hate it. I really do not like it. We need to pick one more piece of content. Oh, goddamn. I guess I'll pick TM because the rewards are actually good. And next we have the Content Creator of the Year. Did Pappy put me in? I hope he didn't put me in, seriously. Thank God. Okay, he didn't put me in. I'm glad he did not put me in. Okay, so now we can actually have a look here. So this is previous winners. Yeah, okay, here we go. Toadski and Stump are not included in the voting. I think this is a great idea. I really don't like having to talk about myself in that regard, but it's great that we get to talk about other people. So Chazu is an interesting case because he was a very active player in the space, in the community. Unfortunately, he did move away from the game a little bit. He has come back since then, but he hasn't really put up like a ton of content, but it's cool that Chazu is still uploading, which is cool. Chazu is definitely one of my favorite content creators to see that. We got NL rules all of OPTC. You got Happy Days. I actually see a lot of Happy Days' videos pop up on my recommendeds and stuff, and I think that he's actually got some pretty cool content. Shout out to my man Itachi. This guy is absolutely crazy. Shout out to Itachi. He's the homie for sure. Resistenza. Obviously, I see his videos pop up all the time as well. He's awesome. We got Mr. K, we got Marcus Manson, we got Omai, yeah, he always puts his videos in my Discord server, so I always get to see him. Cyan Ku, we got Sheepo. I mean, Sheepo has been a long time member of the One Piece Treasure Cruise community. I think that this guy's, he's a crazy team builder, so shout out to him. We got SCZ69, Snafkin and Snowman showing some love to the Japanese content creators as well, which is cool. So it's cool to see so many awesome people in the community, but I think this is where I'm going to be leaving my votes. But of course, leave your votes if you see someone that you follow. Definitely go ahead and vote for them. But this is a good opportunity to go ahead and check out all of the people that you have missed. Even if it's the people that I've talked about and you never have even seen their content before, I would recommend to go to all of these people's channels, check out their videos, give them a like, give them a sub, and show some support to the Treasure Cruise community. Aged like fine wine. I really do like this reward. This award goes to a legend released between November 2023 and 24 that has aged the best and improved over time, especially throughout 2025. This is always a good category because, you know, when a character first drops, they may not be as useful as you think, and then as time progresses, you actually end up using these older characters more and more, and they actually have aged quite well. The biggest proponent of that, obviously, was Robin and Jinbei. When that character dropped, there was no need to have that unit at all. But obviously, as time went on, Robin and Jinbei ended up being one of the better units it released just in the game's history. The character is phenomenal. So let's see who we have here. Like, what characters are we working with here? We have to select 5 characters here. Otama's a good one because the character support is absolutely god tier. I mean, I really hope people don't pick Zoro Sanji. Like, yes, we get it. They're amazing. They are the best legend in the game. But do we really need to select them again? Please, I hope that people don't select that. Like, we're trying to pick characters that have aged like fine wine here. There's not a lot of good ones that I see thus far. S-Hawk, I don't really think S-Hawk fits into this category either because he was good on release and he's still good now. So I don't think he really fits. What we're thinking of is a character that maybe wasn't so good on release and has aged better, right? Yeah, that has aged the best and improved over time. I guess it does count, because if a character released and was good and is still good, they technically have aged quite well, right? So I guess technically Zoro and Sanji do still count for that, now that I think about it. Now that I've actually read the category properly, S-Hawk does definitely fall into that category. Cross-Guild falls into that category. Dude, bruh, we got like the 10th Anni units. What are we talking about here? I mean, like, that's it. We're done. We're done with this whole category already, and we still got, bro. Oh no, we got Luffy versus Kaido too. Okay, I think Shanks. Nah, it's gotta be Cross Guild. It's gotta go, right? It's gotta be Cross Guild. It's gotta go. I mean, Jinbei's an interesting choice, right? Because he was terrible on release, and there was a short space of time when that quick Super Sugo Luffy came out, the powerhouse quick Luffy, where this Jinbei was actually so good for that Luffy. But now that no one's using the Luffy anymore, Jinbei just kind of goes to collecting dust again, which is unfortunate. Oiran Yamato would definitely be up there with being a choice. Law vs. Blackbeard, I mean, whenever they release new Striker or Powerhouse focus units, Blackbeard's always a character to look out for. Striker focus units for Law. Shanks versus Kid, I wish that they were better. I really wish that they were. Same with Garp, unfortunately, they screwed his release big time. I've actually used Roger Rayleigh Gaban a little bit recently. I think they're still pretty good. Halloween Uth is still very good. And there we go. Okay, this is a tough category, man. We still got, wait, did I select too many? Okay, I selected one too many, so I think I'm gonna have to get rid of one of the characters here. I'm going to get rid of Roger because I personally don't use him as much as I would really hope. So I'm going to leave S-Hawk on here. We have S-Hawk, Zoro, Sanji. We have Shanks. We have Ace. And then we got Luffy versus Kaido. And we're getting towards the end here. We have the worst legend of the year. We're going to be selecting 5 characters that are widely considered to be the worst legends of the year. York is terrible. Shaka, also very bad. It's 2. Fuji and Green Bull have their uses. Sai and Leo are pretty bad. Morley and Karasu are also not great. Nami Sanji also not great. Sentomaru has uses. Chopper and Robin don't have this unit, never have needed this unit, so that would be on like a potential one that I would pick. Who else? No, I mean, Sabo and Bonnie, they've got the Toki effect, so that's still pretty good. Tashigi is close, honestly. This Kuma's pretty bad. And who else? Dragon, Ivankov, and Kuma. Man, they screwed up this character's release so badly. Man, that feels bad, man. Dragon, Ivankov, and Kuma, what have they done to you? Oh, no. Alright, what else? Do we have any, like really obscenely bad units here? This Sabo, just because of the experience during the treasure map, it makes me hate this character so goddamn much. They designed him so poorly, having to require those Rev Army tags to make him actually work properly. Now, we need to select one more character that I consider to be the worst of the year. And I don't think that they've got it here, so we need to go back up and have a look here. I am potentially considering the Yamato Otama, but I guess they're really not that bad. Let's be real, they're not that bad. This Kuma's pretty terrible. I actually should pull up the Tashigi once again, because I am a little lost in regards to what Tashigi does. I know that she's not great, and she's about chain locking, I think, right? In some capacity. Oh no, it's the orb boost stuff, right? Yeah, it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, so you had 5 turns at the start of the fight, which is actually cool, but it's only for the ship. And then, right, once per adventure, when you get an orb boost, you activate her special. It reduces special bind, you get end of turn healing, buff the orb boost, and then boost the orb boost. It can't be cleared. And then if you do excess healing, boost crit. Yeah, this character is like whatever. Like literally, who asked for this unit? It's probably going to be Tashigi. Because a lot of these other characters do have like some strange uses. I mean, Chopper, Robin are pretty terrible too, let's be real. Man, there's some real stinkers in here. It's going to be interesting to see what the overall consensus is for that category. And then finally, we get to the best legend of 2025. So we're going to be pretty strict here, okay? So let's see what we have. Christmas Uta, phenomenal character. I am going to preemptively select this character. Let's move on. I'm not selecting any of the New Year's units. Not selecting, I mean, Usopp and Lilith, very good. And we're going to select them for now, and we'll remove some as we go along. Okay, so we've got 2. Luffy Lucci, very good. Zoro Kaku, very good. Edward Weevil, very good. Khalifa, solid. Snake, solid. Alba, Mihawk, and Mr. One, great batch. Pika, very good. Pika, I'm going to select for Pika, like, just for now, preemptively. Okay, then we get to the 11th anniversary. I'm going to pick Kizaru. I'm going to pick Nami. I really do like Saturn a lot. I like Rocks. When are we going to get to the other ones? Okay. Boa's very good, but I don't think it's top 5 worthy. Luffy, I think it would be on the, it would be a pick. And then we get to the rest of the elders. I think I'm going to pick Ethan Barron. I'm going to pick Mars. And then we get Zoro versus Lucci, which is kind of cool. And then we're at the end. Okay, so now we need to go back and have a look and delete some. So I have 9 characters selected, so we're going to have to get rid of Uta. We have to get rid of 4 characters. Usopp and Lilith, they are gone. We need to get rid of 2 more characters. Pika, you're gone. We need to get rid of, I think, 1 more. So we've got Kizaru, Nami, Rocks, Luffy, Ethan Barron, and Mars. I think, for the sake of things, I'm going to get rid of Ethan Barron just so I have 1 representation for the elders. So that's 1. And I haven't got any below him, I don't think. No. So we've got Ethan, we've removed Ethan Barron. We put Mars. We have Quick Luffy. We have Rocks, Nami, and Kizaru. And again, this is all just my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with me. Honestly, I don't want you to agree with me. I want everyone to have their own opinions on these things. And that should give us to 5 total. And there it is. And with all of that, we're going to submit and be done. There we go. The OPTC Awards 2025. Thank you for voting. Your response has been recorded. That is it, chat. Thank you very much for watching the video. Of course, I'll leave a link to all of this stuff for you to go ahead and perform your own voting. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes along. And of course, when the live stream is planned and when we have everything sorted, I'll make sure that you guys know exactly when that's going to be so you can join in and we can kind of discuss it as we go along. But that's going to wrap it up for me though. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.